G'day guys, how's it going? It's Ant here from Gaming Antics, and it is Friday, which means it is time for another games haul video. This week I picked up 4 new Xbox 360 games. They're all pretty good titles in my opinion. They are on the younger side of gaming, but that works well for me because I got a daughter and I get to play co-op with her, so I'm perfectly happy with that. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into what we picked up this week. So first up on the list, we've got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, I did notice before when I picked this up, it does have a bit of a cut down the bottom, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We've got, not much on the back really, a unique, hilarious shooter, powered by Frostbite 3. Choose your side, Plants or Zombies in 24-player online battles, join friends in 4-player online co-op, unlock new abilities, and customize your plants and zombies. So the Plants vs. Zombies games have always been a favorite of mine. I really like how it plays in general. The gaming mechanics, the combat, everything about it is a lot of fun. I do like roguelike deck builders nowadays, and this is very similar to that. You get different cards that represent what characters you can put down. You slowly build up sunlight, and then you can plant your plants. It's a really fun game. It's very arcadey, but it has a really cool storyline and a lot of fun moments, really cool character designs, a lot of fun weapons, plants, I guess. I don't know whether I've played Garden Warfare. I can't remember. Is this the one where you get to walk around as the plants? It might be, but really cool game series, and I'm really happy to pick this one up. It's definitely a favorite of mine. I love zombie stuff anyway, so give me a good zombie game and I'm right into it. But good pickup. It's a shame about the case. Xbox Live Gold required. Oh, this is online only. Online only. This is probably going to be one of those games that you can't actually play. I wonder if it's still got its servers up. So funnily enough, this is one of those games that you can't play anymore, which kind of sucks, but we're collecting anyway, so it's fine to have. But the servers have been shut down and you are no longer able to play this game, which kind of sucks. There is something that's going on at the moment that we may talk about a little bit later in the episode. I wasn't going to bring it up, but now that this has happened, we might actually have a bit of a chat about it. Anyway, unfortunately, we can't play it, but still good to have in the collection. Next up on the list, we've got Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. Now, I don't know what update this actually stopped at, but I'm going to assume it's an older one. Unleash your imagination. Experience the gaming phenomenon Minecraft, rebuilt for the Xbox 360. Create worlds limited only by your imagination. Explore, build, and conquer alone or with your friends via split screen mode or over the Xbox Live. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this on this channel, but I used to be a Minecraft creator. So I played hardcore Minecraft. I streamed that for about 4 years, where I had a totemless hardcore world that was quite large actually. But unfortunately I just got burnt out with it and I wasn't having fun with the game anymore. But I have played a lot of Minecraft. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how much I've played of Minecraft. But it's a fantastic game. It's one of those games where, exactly like what the back said, like you can just use your imagination and build whatever you want. Most people have played Minecraft. If you haven't, give it a shot. It's actually really, really fun. A lot of people see it as a kid's game, but it's quite intricate and really, really deep. Redstone is insane. The things that people build with redstone is just crazy. Some of the decorative or visual builds that people make are absolutely insane. And then there's the hardcore aspect of it, as well as mods. Obviously, Xbox 360 Edition is pretty standard with what you're going to get, but it's still a fantastic game. And it's a great one to pick up. My daughter she's got it on the Switch, but she wants to play it co-op. And so this is a good chance for her to play it co-op, even if it's not the most up-to-date version of it. Still, good one to have for the collection. And $6, I thought this went for a little bit more, so I'm happy with picking it up for $6. Next up, we've got 2 games from the same series, technically. And the first one is Lego The Hobbit. Now, I haven't played the Hobbit ones for Lego, but I'm just going to say, doesn't this down here just look like a Lego version of Hagrid? And there's Malfoy up there. But it's the Lego games are always a lot of fun. They're fantastic games. We've got Reclaim the Lost Kingdom brick by brick. Join Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf, Thorin, and his company of dwarves in an epic adventure across Middle-earth to recapture the Lonely Mountain in the most expansive LEGO game to date. So it sounds like it's a big one. It sounds like it's a big adventure. The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite stories, I guess. And I really enjoyed the Hobbit book. The movies were a little bit drawn out. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Hobbit movies, but I just think it could have been one movie or maybe even two, but they really tried to get their money's worth out of it. Not much in the booklet as per usual. LEGO games are always fantastic, and the Hobbit is such a cool setting to have a LEGO game in. So definitely one I want to give a shot, maybe try with my daughter. She isn't into Lord of the Rings. She hasn't watched it. She's still young. But I think I could get her into the Lord of the Rings if we're talking LEGO stuff. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm guessing pretty standard LEGO style games. Solve puzzles, a little bit of platforming, collect bricks, update your stuff, and go through the story. Battle ravenous trolls, dangerous orcs, and many more. Combine the dwarves' unique abilities to solve puzzles. Yeah, so similar sort of stuff that we see in other LEGO games. The last one we've got for this week within the LEGO series as well is LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Like I said, we got a bunch of kids ones this week. Defend the Marvel Universe against the most powerful villains ever assembled. Over 100 playable characters with special powers and abilities. Dominate the battle with big LEGO figures like the Hulk, Thing, and Juggernaut. Now, I have played a little bit of this. I played this with one of my mates on the 360. At the time, we were living in a small town and we were house sharing. So we had one games room between the two of us. And I remember seeing him playing this on his 360 and he was like, dude, it's co-op. We can play together. So that's what we did. We ended up playing a couple of levels together and we had a lot of fun with it. Same thing, LEGO game, you know they're going to be pretty good because they follow a specific set of rules that are enjoyable. The Star Wars Lego is fantastic. We played the Lego movie not that long ago and that was a lot of fun. The Batman Legos are great, and superheroes, Marvel superheroes is going to be great as well. The Marvel superheroes are a fun group of superheroes. It includes, I'm looking right now, so Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Fantastic Four stuff. We've got X-Men in there as well, which is really, really cool because you usually don't see the X-Men across the Marvel stuff very much. Deadpool's in there. So there's a bunch of good, really good superheroes. And like I said, it's probably going to be really good gameplay as well. But that is the 4 we've picked up this week. Decent pickup. Marvel, Hobbit, Minecraft, and the Plants vs. Zombies one's a little bit of a disappointment, but it is what it is. I knew there was going to be some games that I couldn't play due to the age of the console, as well as the fact that this was really the big time that online gaming really took off. There was a lot of games that were online only. There's a bunch that I can think of that you can't even play anymore. Destiny 1, I don't know whether the servers for Destiny 1 are still up. Overwatch, the first Overwatch, I'm pretty sure that's completely gone. We've obviously got Plants vs. Zombies. There was, there's a racing game as well that I can't think of right now. I know you can't play it anymore because they've shut the servers down. So there's a bunch that I knew I was going to come across that we couldn't play anymore. And that's just part of the collecting, right? I guess what we did today was bought a case. That's what it is. We bought a case, which kind of sucks. But now I'm wondering whether I pick those games up at all. I want a full collection, but I don't know whether I want to pick up games that I can't play. The whole point of this collection is to have games to play. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? From the side of a collector, I kind of really want to pick them all up, but the whole point of it is to play it, so it's hard. It's very, very, very hard. Anyway, 4 new games. I'm going to add these to sheets. We're going to pop them into the games collection, and then we'll be back to chat about a few other things. All right, so they're in the shelf over there, and that brings the total up to 189. So we're 11 away from 200, which is really, really cool. We're slowly getting there, very, very slowly. We're still a sixth of the way away from a full collection, but like I said, we're slowly getting there, which is nice. So as I mentioned a couple of times, I've played through the Fable series. I have also almost finished the Mass Effect series. So I played number 1 and number 2 now, and I am a decent way through number 3. And one thing that I thought about was the length of games and how it just keeps getting larger and larger as the years progress. So Mass Effect 1 was around about 8 hours, I believe. Mass Effect 2 took me about 15. And Mass Effect 3, I'm a fair chunk into it, and I'm around about that 14-hour mark already. And don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the games. I'm loving the games. It just really makes me think about some of the newer games that are hundreds of hours long. And I don't know whether that's a good thing. So my question of the week is, should games be shorter or longer? I think when it comes to a story-based game, longer doesn't necessarily mean the story is going to be better. So another one that I played recently was Bulletstorm, and that was around about 7 to 8 hours. And the story was fantastic with it. But I think if you doubled that, if you took that game with that story and added a little bit more and took it out to 15 hours, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did, because it was starting to drag out a little bit towards the end. And I feel that with other games as well. Fable 3 took a long time to finish, and the story just felt meh to me. I remember the story of the first one. I don't remember much of the story of the third one because there was so many other things in there diluting the main story. Obviously, Skyrim is a longer one, but I feel like the story for that and the side stories are really, really good. They work really well with each other. And I think that's where the consideration comes in, is if it's longer, it has to have a really, really good story. And if it's shorter, still have a good story, just pack it in nice and tight. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, shorter or longer. So, like I said before with the Plants vs. Zombies thing, there was something that has been very prevalent in gaming at the moment, and that is the Stop Killing Games initiative. Now, initially I was going to bring it up because it's being covered left, right, and center, and there's so much controversy around it. But seeing that kind of made me think about it and realize that there are so many online games that you pay a lot of money for, and then once they become retro, they're kind of gone. That's it. And I get that you get multiple years of use out of it, but if I'm going to buy a game, I want to have it. It's the same argument I made. I think it was last week when I was talking about digital-only games. With the NES stuff and the SNES stuff and the 64 stuff, I've got that. That's mine. Barring some sort of accident where the chip gets broken or something like that, it's mine. I've got the physical copy of it. I can plug it in right now and play it. But we're finding more and more that there's video games that are coming out that once they've had their use, or once the company has gotten their use out of it, the game just becomes dead. I gave some examples before, things like Overwatch 1. There's Plants vs. Zombies. There was a driving game that I just really cannot remember what the name of the driving game was. I think it was called The Crew. And sort of once it was finished, it was finished. They cut the servers. No one could play on it anymore. And that's lost media. It's gone. You can't play it anymore. The Stop Killing Games initiative is basically saying, bring up a plan B. If a game's going to come out and you know servers are going to shut off, what's the plan B? Back during retro gaming, it was the single player campaign, right? So you'd have your single player campaign and then you'd have the multiplayer attached to it. That's the plan B. You can always go back and play that single player campaign, even if it is absolutely atrocious. There's more and more games that are coming out that you just can't do that. And I know some of the arguments on it is MMOs and what someone could do with an MMO. And I believe it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but for non-MMO games, I don't think companies should just be able to create a game that they've got a lifespan on. They make you pay money for it, and then at the end of its lifespan, it's just cut. It's not the gaming way, right? Preservation in gaming's, it's one of the reasons I collect retro stuff. That lost media aspect of gaming is big. There's a lot of games that were out in the past that are no longer around, and people can't play them or people don't have access to them. And that sucks because there's some really good ones as well. I know a lot of my friends haven't played a lot of the retro games that I've played and vice versa, and they're hard to get their hands on outside of emulating. If we keep making games that are just going to stop at a specific point, then no one's going to be able to play them in the future. And there's going to be us who are sitting around at maybe 50 going, do you remember that game? Overwatch. And no one's going to know what we're talking about because it's gone. It's not here anymore at all. I like what they're talking about it. I don't think there's a lot of controversy online about it. I don't think it needs to be that deep. At the moment, pretty much all it's saying is we want games to be able to continue being played rather than cutting servers and just getting rid of the game altogether. I don't know. What are your stances on this? Let me know if you want to know more about it, because I do need to look into it a little bit more. If you want to know more about it, let me know in the comments as well. It's a touchy subject, but I do believe that if we buy something, we should own it rather than the digital stuff or being afraid that your game's going to be cancelled at any moment. I think that sucks. But anyway, on to better things. So before I mentioned that I played Bulletstorm this week, and that was such an underrated game. When I picked it up, I did have a few comments saying Bulletstorm's a good game, and I didn't expect it to be as good as what it was. It was fantastic. It was about 8 hours, really, really cool game mechanics, really, really cool combat. The skill point situation was really, really cool as well, and I really enjoyed it. So now I'm getting really excited to play some of the other games that are standalone games that have been recommended. There's one that keeps coming up, Enslaved. I really want to play that. Dante's Inferno. What else was there? There was a couple others. I've mostly been playing series at the moment, so I'm keen to get into those one-off games and give them a shot and talk about them. So eventually there will be a review up. I'm kind of behind on the gaming content and the reviews. So Fable 1 review just came out. There's gameplay up there of it. Fable 2 will be out very, very soon, and so on and so forth. I just can't keep up with the amount of games I've been playing. I am playing a lot, which is good. So I'll try and include more of them in these game hauls as well, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, 4 new games, 3 good games, 1 that I can't play anymore. Kind of sucks. I'm probably going to keep bringing it up. Oh well, it is what it is. But more to add to the collection. As you can see, we're starting to get down to the bottom layers down here. I think there's 1, 2, 3 layers left, and that shelf's filling up really quickly already. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know about what games I should pick up. What do you think of the games I did pick up? The stuff about the Stop Killing Games initiative, and let me know all the bits and pieces. Also, comment if you want me to do a bit of a games room tour and really look at specific consoles and specific collections. I think I want to do that, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me know if you guys want to see that. If you're new to the channel and you like retro gaming and retro game collection, consider subscribing. This week we've got AvCon on, so there'll be another video next week about AvCon and potentially a game collecting road trip. We'll see how that plays out. And yeah, there's a bunch of videos up now, which I'm super, super proud of. And we're getting close to 100 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So thank you guys all for watching. If you're going to be at AvCon, come and say g'day to me. I would love to meet some of you. If not, there will be a video up next week. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, enjoy your gaming.